This video is to show how to access the engine control module on a 2008 3.0 liter diesel CRD Grand Cherokee. Step one is to remove the negative battery terminal first. I hear that's the safest thing, so if you touch something, it doesn't cause any sparking. Next step, remove the battery carefully, because the engine control module is underneath the battery. It's heavy, but it won't come up. That's because there's another place down here where there's a screw. Down here. You need to undo that one as well with a long socket extension. 10mm socket for removing the battery. It's a little step device, so you undo bolt, and then you can pull up latch that holds the battery. You can also avoid dropping the socket down there. After undoing the screw or bolt, you don't have to remove it. You just have to pull up on the battery, and the little clip here will pull up by itself and the battery will come out. Stop. So undo this bolt here, and then when you pull the battery up, the little latch goes up and down like that. So you don't need to actually pull this bolt out of there. Just loosen it and then pull the battery out. Next, we need to undo this tray holder here, another 10mm, to lift out the tray, because the engine control module is underneath this tray. That way, if you overfill the battery, you get to spray some acid all over the engine control and ruin it. That hole, that one doesn't have to be taken out. It's got a little slot in it. You can just loosen it off, and then the battery box will slide out. Okay, battery box comes out by tilting it this way. It goes in, down like this. There's a little slot on the bottom here that you move off to the side so it doesn't hang up on this little mount. Look at all this filth, corrosion, and corruption under here. That's what happens under a battery box. No wonder the engine control unit here gets a little corroded, maybe on the contacts. Time to wire brush this off and then maybe paint it with some rust paint. Finally, the tab slid out all the way, this little tab here. You can see it slides. Then the connector can come off. It looks surprisingly clean for supposedly the source of the problems. But then again, maybe this unit itself was kind of cooked. Apparently they had issues. Connectors sprayed off with some WD-40, water displacement 40, good enough for contact cleaner. And now the module can go back in. Suppose I'll do the bad connector first and shove it in. And then when it's in, these little slides slide in like so and lock it, just like this one. Slides in through the hooks. There we go. And locks, kinda, sorta. There we go. Looks locked now. All right, there we go. Locked in place, but still shaky. Control module goes back in, kind of slides under the tab at the back here, like so. Get the wires out of the way, and Line it up. There we go. All right. Time for the bolts.